How's everybody doing today? It's the day before Friday. I'm still navigating the neighborhood, so I can't really pay much attention to the chat. I was gonna just not go live today, and then I was like, but everybody was gonna miss me. Not really, but you know what I mean. Once I get on the main road, it'll be great. But I don't know how good my service is gonna be there, so it's alright. Man, it is like a ghost town out here. I don't even see any of the freaking... Oh, wow. And all of the kids get to learn from home today. So, that'll be fun. It's like you get to see what teachers deal with on a daily basis. You gotta watch the kids at home. And they're just learning things at home now. That's how they do it. But I just wanted to kind of touch base last night, and Michael Monkey Vaughn, I really want to make a big push about that case because he's been missing, and we know there are 4 suspects to his disappearance, and I just feel like there should be some movement in the case. And I know a lot of times the public feels like the police aren't doing enough, or they're doing nothing, and they're actually behind the scenes doing stuff. And so a lot of times I don't think we're entitled to certain things, and we feel like we are. But after 3 years, I think it's like there should be a time limit. Like, you should have at least 3 years, and then after 3 years it's like you're fair game. Hey Casey, hey Cindy. But that's just my opinion. I'm not anybody that could make a difference or say like, oh, those are the exact rules we gotta follow. But it's like, at what point do they need to be, like, we elect officials within the government, and so like if we're electing you and you're getting paid, you should be able to prosecute people that are suspects in a disappearance of a child. And, you know, can everybody hear me okay? Possible icy roads. I see that. I haven't had any problems. I'm just reading signs as I drive by because I can't read what you guys are saying because I'm driving. And I just figured I'd come up for a little bit. I won't be here long. Just to kind of let you guys know that I am still here and that I'm going to be here every morning, Monday through Friday. And, you know. So, hopefully we get some charges coming soon. Sarah Wanderer, Stacy Wanderer, Brand of Shirtlift, and Adrian Lucian, who actually, Adrian is closest to us in Washington, D.C. Like, we could literally drive for an hour or two and get to D.C. We should make a trip to try and go find Adrian. Good morning, Pittsburgh nurse. Good to see you. That would be a good trip to go find Adrian, because he's the one that's the most elusive. He's been hiding out, and that kind of makes you even more guilty, sir. Like, in my opinion, when you're not, it's like there's a fine line to everything in life. There's a fine line in the middle. It's like the middle of the yin and the yang symbol. That's as best as I could explain it. But it's like, you can't be too nice to everybody. You can't be mean to everybody. So you gotta find a fine line in the very, very middle of that yin and yang. That fine line you follow. And that is like a concept to everything in life. Oh, I'm still yawning today. That's terrible. It's like I never feel like I got enough sleep. As long as I sleep, I could freaking sleep for days and I would still feel like I didn't get enough sleep. I had to convince Ava last night that we couldn't go ice skating in the car down the road to go get magazines. She wanted to go get magazines because she's one of those old school grunge kids, as I call them. Jimmy calls her Nirvana because that's like her style, and she's always loved Nirvana. Her dad loves Nirvana, and like she was like 6 years old and she had this like memorial RIP rock to Kurt Cobain and his death date and everything. I was just like, wow, whose kid is this? But basically she wanted to get magazines so that she could cut out certain things from magazines and tape them all along her wall. And I'm like, you gotta clean your room first before you can decorate the wall. So she's working on cleaning her room, but it's like teenagers, hard times in life. I remember I had hard times when I was a teenager, so I guess I get it. It's just, man, you're difficult to deal with, kid. She's a really good kid for the most part. I'm actually really warm. This car works really, really well, heat-wise. But I can't read your comments, you guys, really. It's just, I just wanted to make sure that I came in and was a little bit consistent as far as coming in every day. I don't know if you'll lose signal at all while I'm driving, but I figured I could just talk. I mean, it's therapeutic for me too. I can get out what I want to say about certain things, certain cases, some of my issues in life. We could have a good, nice therapy session where I just talk. So, I still can't believe the Delphi case. Richard Allen is sitting in a prison right now, and they have other people's confessions that are more probable, and the state of Indiana is not going to reverse that charge and that conviction, in my opinion, because they're going to get sued. And I mean, they're going to look like complete pansies if they just spent like $4 million to sue Richard Allen and get a conviction, and he wasn't even in fact the guy. So I don't really think that they're going to do anything about it. The fact that there's another person that did it. And so, like, at what point do we have another person that's outside of the jurisdiction that could actually come in and step up for this poor man? I mean, he could have helped. It's like he could have participated. I always thought that if they did it, or if somebody did it, it would have been more than one person. Because I feel like the whole crime scene in Delphi, Justice for Libby, and I thought I saw something, sorry. I keep wanting to say Libby and Maddie. Oh my goodness, there's so many of these cases and so many poor victims, it's hard to keep track of them all. I have dry lips, it's hard to talk. It's so cold, it's like you get like really dry skin, dry lips. But yeah, Delphi, Libby, and oh my god. Somebody help me out. Libby and Abby, thank you. I'm like, I knew it was something short. I can't believe, like, every morning I have freaking amnesia. It's terrible. But yeah, they need justice. They deserve justice, just like everybody else that's a victim. Michael Monkey Vaughn. But at the same time, it's like we want to get the right justice. the right person. But I always felt like there was more than one person involved, because how did one person make the two girls walk so far? How did they get placed in the positions they got placed? Why was there, like, it looked like you drained blood, like as if it was ritualistic. The way they were placed, I mean, there's just so many things. And, you know, there's nobody really to advocate for Richard Allen at this point, because he's already been convicted. He's in prison. He could file for an appeal, which I believe he was going to do. But I mean, they could decide to not even accept his appeal. Most people get one, but the way that state is going, it's like they could actually just deny his appeal. So, I don't know. That case really kind of bothers me. It's like, deep down, I kind of feel like he might have participated some sort of way. But then at the same time, I'm like, he definitely didn't do it by himself, if he did it. Yet he's the one serving time for it. I mean, that's not fair, really, at all. I don't know. But I just want Michael Monkey Vaughn to be found, and for somebody to be put to jail, sent to jail for the crimes. I mean, this poor boy didn't vanish out of thin air. He snuck out the house while his dad was watching him, and his dad went to go call to order pizza. And that's another thing. Someone in that house of the Wanderers, like, I believe, delivered pizza at one point. So, like, there's a connection there, too. I think it was Brooks that pointed that out yesterday. And I didn't even realize that there was a connection with the pizza delivery people. Like, were they actually staking out that house for the kid? Like, I can't even... I mean, who does that and why? What was the purpose of taking this poor boy? Because it was said that Sarah always wanted kids or something, and she could never have kids, and that Brandon was going to make that happen for her, even though he didn't, because he's a pussy bitch, and he don't have sperm, in my opinion. Just my opinion only. I'm just being an asshole. See, Brandon delivered pizzas. Okay. So, what would be the reason? Like, I can't imagine that these people were so dumb that they didn't realize, okay, like, Sarah wanted a kid, but it's not going to work out if the kid is 5. He's going to want to go home to his mom and dad, like his real mom and dad at some point, right? So, I don't think the whole, like, oh, Sarah wanted a kid, so we just found one and took him. I don't think that's a thing. I don't think that's what this is about. And so if that's not what it is, then, like, what is it? Because you're not going to just decide one day, oh, I'm just going to take a kid for whatever, no reason. There's got to be some kind of logic. And then, you know, the more mention of Adrian Lucien, he's the one that has the ties to the trafficking. So, did something go wrong? And now, you know, I don't know. I don't even know how that's possible or why. It's like, when you actually follow cases like this, you have to be able to put yourself in their mindset and, like, what would possibly make somebody this way? What would possibly make a person take a kid? Just, I can't imagine that. 5-year-old. And yeah, Logan passed away. So why couldn't they have just blamed Ron Logan, for the murders of Abby and Libby? And, you know, he was already gone. I mean, it would have been an easy, hey, this is who did it, the end, bye. But no, instead they chose to have this private. And that's the thing, too. The way that the court conducted themselves and all of the private, it's like they had all of their case like, just the secrecy of the whole case, the Judge Gold. It's like you are going above and beyond to make sure that nobody sees what's going in this court case procedure when, in fact, this is America, and, like, we should have the right to see everything in this court case because that is the case that we are funding. Like, the court system is funded by the taxpayers. And so for them to make everything so secretive, it just gives me this whole, like, something really shady is happening vibe. And I mean, I don't see who steps up for that. Like, who advocates for that and fixes it? Because at this point, they're basically allowed to do whatever they want to do. And we just have to be, as the people, you know, we the people, we just have to be silent and just allow them to just try people and just decide their fate without the public. Is there any proof that Ron Logan was friends with Raquel? And I haven't seen it. No. But I also didn't see any proof that Keegan Klein was friends with any of them either. And I think Keegan Klein participated because anybody that has kids or anybody that just really knows human behavior, when you are a child, like Abby and Libby, thank you, Helena. You are awesome. Every day you show up. Thank you so much. But Abby and Libby, I was saying, if you know kids or if you know human behavior in general, it's like they wanted to go to this bridge, path, nature walk, whatever it is. And so it's like, I believe at one point they weren't able to go, but it's like Libby was persistent, and that usually is like, it's motivated by something, in my opinion. So like, I think they were going to meet up, which Keegan Klein was catfishing the girls, which, God, you're disgusting. That, a whole nother POS all on its own. But, so they wanted to go, and that was like the incentive to go there. That was basically kind of like he lured them there. And so that's another part of the story to where I won't ever really drop the part that Keegan Klein had in all of this, in my opinion. I mean, it's just like, you can't have an equation and have, 1 + 1 + 2 equal anything other than 4. That's it. Period. I'm gonna have to use my phone to pay for my coffee. So I might have to put you guys on pause for 2 seconds, because I was getting ready to just go to work and order coffee, but I'm like, I'm literally right here. If I'm a couple minutes, it's fine, because the roads are still a little bit icy. But hold on. Chatty Jen, 13 months. Man, it's been a long time.
Hi, thank you to Starbucks. How can I get started for you this morning?
Hi, could I please get a venti caramel ribbon crunch frap with no whip, and make it double blended? And could you add an extra shot?
Can I add an extra what?
Shot espresso.
A shot of espresso. No problem. Would you like anything else?
Oh, cheese Danish.
Absolutely. Is that all for you today?
Yes.
Alrighty, we'll see you at the window.
Thank you. Man, I look rough. Thank you guys. Alright, I'm gonna have to pay with my phone, so it'll be just a second. Thank you. Thank you. Easy, thank you. Hey Vanessa, good to see you. Hey Michelle. Lydia. Yeah, I was gonna just wait, and then I needed an extra shot this morning. I feel like I'm lagging. What did I do with my straw? Oh my God. That extra shot cost a whole $1 more. But, and friends, yes, good morning, good morning. I was watching Dolly from last night. Yeah. It's worth it. Yes, it is. It's totally worth it. And look, it's about to be 7:28, and I'm good. Like, I'm surprised I made it. Okay. Oh my God, I fell asleep and I had wet hair. I actually, you know what? It's funny that you say Dolly's lives, because I was up there for as long as I could. And then I was really wanting to talk about Michael's case the most, so I had us talking about Michael Vaughn first in the lineup, and I still had to take a shower. So, like, I was, like, we were gonna take calls, and then someone called, and then we talked, and then someone else called, and it was like, I don't want to talk about the little boy. And so I'm like, okay, I got to take a shower. I had been kind of like wanting to get up and go take a shower already, but it's like, it's hard to just get up, and especially if it's like in the middle of the conversation and it's a conversation that I'm passionate about, which Michael's case is my like the case that I will not ever give up on. And so I wasn't gonna get up, and then someone calls and like, this has nothing to do about the little boy, and I'm like, yep, I gotta go take a shower, bye. So I just got up and left, and I've seen people say how rude I was, and I'm like, I can't help it that I have to take a shower. So, like, I literally get up, and it was so cold. I started to, you know, go get in the shower, wash my face, and I was like, fuck this. I went and laid down. So, at 4:30 this morning, the dogs decided to go crazy. There was something going on the porch. I mean, sometimes all of the animals come out to play at 4 o'clock. And, yeah, they woke me up. So I was like, oh, hell, why not? I'm going to go take a shower. So I took a shower at like 4:30 this morning. And so my hair's actually still wet. And that was fun, you know? I felt nice and refreshed. And then I was like, you shouldn't take a... My psychiatrist one year told me, because I had a hard time waking up for work every morning. And I was like, is it because I, like, low-key hate the place? Like, is it not a place I'm supposed to be at? Like, what is going on? And she says, well, when you go to sleep in the morning, your body thinks that you're starting all over again, and that it's nighttime because it's still dark. And, that your body thinks that it's nighttime all over again and that you need a whole 8 hours. So if you go to sleep, then your body thinks you're going to sleep needing a whole 8 hours again. And so I think that's what happened this morning. I think that's why I need the extra shot, because I took a shower at 4:30. I fell asleep at 5. I woke back up at 6. It's a good time. Gotta get it in when you can, right? Oh, I'm cutting in and out. Yeah, that's because I'm traveling. It's probably just not a good enough signal. I don't know. But I'm going to end it soon anyway. My cheese Danish is actually really warm. And I was stupid excited to have a cheese Danish. I'm going to turn into a Danish. It's funny, I have... when you have a C-section, when you have a kid, you have like this area. Dolly called it a falupa one time, but it's called a fupa. And I always say that's where the cheese Danishes live. I don't know why I tell you guys these stupid things, but yeah, that's like, I guarantee you, if somebody asked Dolly like, what lives in PJ's fupa, he would be like, the cheese Danishes. But yeah, I need to make a dentist appointment. I need to make an eye doctor's appointment. I have so many things. It's like, there's things that need to be done at all times. Lots of things. I'm almost at work, so. Well, I'm glad I've been able to actually do lives, because I was worried that, you know, just driving to work wouldn't be right. I wouldn't be able to do them, and I got kind of accustomed to doing them every morning. It's like my morning routine now, but I don't know. At first, when I first started to do the lives, it was like more, I don't think it was more of an incentive, it was more of a challenge, and so I was getting up a lot earlier. Plus, I don't think it was winter. I think that makes a lot of a difference too. It's like winter, it's like I don't really move that much in the morning time. But at first I was getting up super early, and I was actually able to be at work and be live streaming for like 45 minutes. It was crazy. I'm like, how am I doing these things? But yeah, my hair is actually still wet because I just washed it like 2 hours ago. So I probably could use a hairbrush. Probably could use some makeup. And you know, we're just here instead. I wonder why the flag is at half mast. I usually get the memo like, so we're gonna move the flag down half mast, and that's because da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, but I didn't get the memo this time. I parked at the exact same spot I parked yesterday, next to the same car that was here yesterday. My cat Spooky just took a lollipop and ran off. Okay, good morning, Jamie. So today we have Turtle Island. Hopefully we'll get to do it, because I was actually really excited putting up a list, getting a list together, because Turtle Island is a good time. I always like to make ruffles everywhere. Where's Dumpling at today? I want to ask her what the concept of adding all of your friends and their moms onto Turtle Island was. Because, like, you do know you're competing against each other, right, Dumpling? Hopefully she watches this later. Because I'm like, you do understand the concept of the game is to win, right? And you do understand that... I was on Miss Chewy's live last night, and they were talking about Turtle Island. I know, I bet they're excited. Well, it's fun. Yeah, it's okay. Juicer, yeah, it's okay, I know. I'm just picking. But I know last time that, you know, and I knew this was happening. Dumpling, I knew it was happening. When Dumpling and Huntress were set to be head to head in the last episode, I was like, watch, Dumpling is just gonna just bow out, because that's just the type of person she is. And I know her enough to know, she thinks she hurts people's feelings, so she'll like not. And so she just, it's just how she is. But I knew while it was happening, I was like, watch, I bet you Dumpling is not gonna show. She didn't show. So like, that's why, I mean, I think Dumpling really deserves to win. I think Dumpling deserved to win last time. I think she possibly could have won last time if she hadn't bowed out, in my opinion. Nothing against Huntress. I love Huntress too. But, yeah, she's definitely a softie. And, Drama Llamas was brought up too. Yeah. Drama Llamas. She's trying to say that again. Say what again? Where's your hairbrush? Oh, in my purse. Look. No, Drama Llamas is probably going to be on, like, Jimmy Jams. But we haven't sorted it out yet. And Drama Llamas hopefully is going to be, like, Dumpling's not going on Drama Llamas. Neither is Huntress. Drama Llamas is going to be more of a shit show. I like a good shit show. And the big final one, all the winners go against each other and have one final. Who's the turtle king or queen of the island? Yeah. Awesome, June. You got to talk with Dolly last night. That's cool. Let everyone else win. Yeah, see? That's what I mean. What did she say? She was going to do it again? She's trying to say that again. She's going to let everyone know. Exactly. And I mean, like, I think she would have won the season that Josh won. Because she was definitely winning. And then what happened? Oh, this is what happened. Dolly was on Uncensored with the panel, and he had, like, you know, the regulars, Dumpling, Miss Ann probably. So he gets in this mode where he just kind of like just talks, and the people on panel were like, well, so final Turtle Island, we need to make sure, you know, nobody can win by paying the most, which is kind of part of the concept of Turtle Island. So, like, it's mainly just about networking. And so in the episodes, you always have several different chances in winning, and there's a lot of egg cards that could just take you out. So it gives it more of a chance. So it's like a popularity, the most money, and then the most lucky based on who gets what eggs. And so on the last one with Dumpling and Josh, it was said in this Uncensored panel with Television, and he just was like, that they were going to have like a max of how much you could pay. And when he said that, I was like, that's going to be hard to do, because you just said that to like only a set amount of people. And there's other people that watch Turtle Island that they didn't see that episode, and so they're not going to know that rule you literally just made up. And so he's like, no, it'll be fine. He always just, like, every time I point out something that's like, hey, you just said this, and tomorrow when Turtle Island comes up, all of the people that didn't watch you say this from the night before, they're gonna be like, I have no idea what you're talking about. So, like, all of that is just, anyway. So what happened with Dumpling and Josh at the last Turtle Island that they were head to head against each other was somebody came in and paid like $300 for the final vote, like at the buzzer, like final second countdown, and somebody paid like $300, and so that pushed Josh over the top. But Dumpling would have won, like, easy. Yeah, I got my coffee. Thanks for asking. I even put an extra shot in there. But oh, thank you. Yeah, I just made those recently. I found out how to make those. But I'm gonna head out. I gotta go into work. And you guys be good. It sounds like auctions on eBay. Yeah, but I mean, something like that. $22. Good to see you, 22. You guys are great. Thank you so much for being here with me every day. I love you guys. Have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bicycle.